Hello, everybody. Mad Dog and Merrill here, and we're tailgating Green Bay style today, ladies and gentlemen.
And we're gonna ham it up, so stay tuned. We'll be right back. Okay?
He certainly is.
Okay.
Mad Dog and Merrill's Midwest Grillin' is brought to you by All Natural Golden Plum Chicken, Cherry Delight, and by Crisp Kraut Sauerkraut.
All right, Mad Dog and Merrill here. We are in Green Bay, Wisconsin. I forgot to mention we are at Stadium View Bar and Grill. And if you're in the Green Bay area for the big game, whatever the case may be, maybe it's a tour of Lambeau Field, you want to stop at Stadium View, see Jerry and the gang. It's at the intersection of Holmgren Way, Armed Forces Drive, and Brett Favre Pass. So there's a nice little way. I'm looking at Lambeau Field just to the west of us here. It's a great, and I'm looking right now at the
A little bit of bling.
A little bit of bling,
Little championship
boy.
ring here. We got to bring some bling to Green Bay, you know?
You got it. It's Jeff, the
So-
big hat guy. How you doing there, sir?
Good. How are you doing? Great
Good
to see you again.
seeing
Great to
you.
see you again,
Yeah.
too. Love the smell of the food. It's awesome.
you're a griller.
I'm a griller. Yep. We're a
true.
drummy family. We like the drumsticks, the chicken
That's good.
drumsticks, with of course the Mad Dog and Merrill garlic barbecue
You're a good
sauce.
man.
It's
You're a good
awesome.
man. Now, how many hats have you made in your lifetime,
Oh,
sir? Have you
you
ever?
put me on the
Let me-
spot
let me
right
pull
now.
up a chair.
I
Let
was
me
gonna
pull up
say-
a chair. I'll be right back.
There's a lot. I'm probably close to 19,000 right now that I hand carve by hand, but I've been doing this now for 20 years.
Yeah, it's just
Yeah, it's been a
absolutely
long
great.
time, and I've made them for a lot of folks, and
Well,
a lot
you
of
make
good
a
folks.
dollar
I
a
made some
hat.
for you guys.
Yes,
Thank
you
you.
bet. You
Yep,
bet.
made you guys some, and Dan Small.
Our good friend Dan Small
Yep.
on Outdoor Wisconsin.
Outdoor Wisconsin, real good guy. He's
yeah.
almost ready for retirement, from what I heard. Oh, he deserves it. He's been with them for a long
Yeah,
time.
He's been around for
Yep.
quite a while.
Alice Cooper, Kiss, Harrison Ford.
Yeah, Harrison Ford, a lot of them, Ted Nugent.
Yeah.
Yeah, I made a lot of them for celebrities through the years. And last year I was out on Shark Tank. They flew me out there, and I was trying to make a deal and stuff, and I had a fun
Really?
time. I landed a deal with Mark Cuban and Damon John. Yep.
Did you really?
Yeah, and just to say for the record, nothing really came out of it. Though. But I had fun out there. It was good. It was good.
So you took a bite.
I took a bite. Exactly. The Sharks got the best of me.
There you go. That's
right.
great.
You know, we're gonna do. We talked about hamming it up a little bit, and you don't have to buy the most expensive ham in the world. This neat little ham right here does a job for sandwiches, and it's actually a little Hawaiian style right here. And I'm just gonna take a slice, about about 3/4 of an inch thick, and I'm gonna cut that baby in half. I've got some nice buns, and ham is one of the 10% of the things you don't need to glisten with an oil. I don't know if you oil your drumsticks before you put them on the grill.
We don't oil them.
Yeah.
No, we don't. I didn't even think you can do that. I mean, as far as taste goes, but that's good.
Yeah, well,
Is it just that they don't stick?
Yeah, it browns them up nice. It
Yep.
holds their juices in, the natural juices, the unnatural flavors of the garlic.
Okay.
So it just kind of browns them up really nice, holds those juices in.
Okay,
So
all right.
we oil 90% of the meat products. Ham is one of the ones you don't have to. So I browned up my ham steaks on both sides. Simple thing, Jeff, is canned pineapple.
Mm-hmm.
And some green pepper. So now we have the green, the gold, and we're hamming it up here.
All right.
And we're gonna make a little sweet and sour glaze.
And the color is important too. I mean, look at that.
well, look at that.
If I had a camera, I'd take a picture of that right now. It's beautiful.
And if I had a camera, I'd take a picture
Well,
of
I'll
that.
tell you what,
Oh,
if the
beautiful.
sun hits this right, you guys probably can shut off the gas, and I think just the
I'll bet you
reflection from the
can.
sun
Yeah,
would
I
cook
like
these
that.
things.
I
We could
like
cook them
that.
with just the reflection.
You know, we have a good friend of ours, Brad, and he used this recipe, and I shouldn't give it away, but it's a darn good one. It's grape jelly.
Look at that.
It's
Yep.
grape jelly with our #1 sweet and rich barbecue sauce.
I could hear Brad right now going, doggone it, I shouldn't have told those guys.
Yeah, he shouldn't have. He shouldn't have. But
No,
you
he
know what?
shouldn't.
When you blab things out at a competition,
Yeah,
he actually
Brad.
won a rib competition.
Yes,
One of the ones
yes,
with
with this,
So
yep.
it's a spicy habanero barbecue sauce of ours. Our #1 sweet and rich, and somewhere here, there it is. We have a little wire whisk. And I'm just going to take and I'm going to whisk that together, Jeff.
Oh.
And that's going to be our glaze.
Yeah,
I know,
I
isn't
got
that
the
phenomenal?
wind.
Wow,
I got it
can
coming
smell
right
from-
at me.
You know, I keep on saying that. I was always wondering if it's a deodorant
You know?
or something all the time I smell it. You can smell that. Wow.
So I'm going to simply spoon a little bit on top of each one. Now, in the number of hats that you've done, do you actually do hats as people call them up? Do you have a website?
Yep, I have a website. It's bigguyhats.com.
Yeah.
And yeah, people call me up from all over the country, all over the world actually, and they basically ask if I can do this or do that, and I just look at it, and if I can do a pattern to it, I'll make it up.
Well,
Yeah.
what's, you know, it's the same stupid question. What's the most unusual, would you say?
The most unusual stuff? Oh my gosh, I make a lot of, you don't think this is unusual? I think anything's
Yes,
unusual
yes.
really when it comes to headwear, but I think the Alice Cooper one was really neat because it was a carving of Alice on the hat with the hat and then the big snake coming down around his shoulder and down and around. I thought that was kind of
Yeah.
neat. I mean, that thing was 4.5 feet tall.
And if you
I've
go to
done
your
a lot of-
website, you can see that picture.
Oh yeah,
right?
if you go to the
got
website,
all
yeah,
the
you can see
pictures
a
and
lot of
everything
different
there for
photos
it.
on there. Yes.
It's
yes.
unbelievable. Hey, I've done a
Yes.
little bit of cordon bleu. It is ham day today.
Oh,
I
good.
grilled up some chicken thighs, brown them up a good 5 to 6 minutes on each side. I'm going to top them with some ham, and then I'm going to use some Carmella's sauce here. You use any type of spaghetti sauce, but I'm going to sprinkle this right on the top.
Oh man.
Gotta be
You're
good now.
smothering that
I'm
chicken.
gonna smother it, man. It gotta
Oh,
be smothered.
man.
And I ain't done yet. I ain't done yet.
The defense guy?
Oh yeah.
I said, what's his name?
Christopher Handler.
Christopher. Yeah.
Mm.
Yep.
Oh, it's gonna be good.
Yeah, I
That's
made
got
that
good
big
meat
hat
flavor.
for him too. He's still wearing that thing after
I
all
know.
these years.
Well,
I put
trust
that
me.
on my head one time. I don't know how he can wear it. The thing weighs about 20 pounds, and he's
I know.
just balancing
Really?
that thing.
I
yeah.
know.
Wow.
He's
I think that's because
he's got all the batteries in there
that's-
with LED lights now and
I know,
stuff.
it's
like
amazing, isn't it?
unreal. Yeah.
That's because he's got nothing on underneath them bibs he wears. He's
How
lighter.
do you
Well, we don't want to get into
know?
detail here, guys. That might ruin the taste of the
Hey, I've
food.
got the cheese on top of this, and then I'm gonna cover this up and then let it simmer for a good 20
Oh,
minutes.
does that
Let
look yummy.
melt.
And I'm gonna make you a sandwich, Jeff. How's that?
Oh, it's
So
wonderful.
website again for the big guys hats.
It's bigguyhats.com.
Big Guy Hats.
Bigguyhats.com.
It's right there on the screen. Do you see it?
right
Absolutely.
there.
No. Oh yeah, there it is, right
Yeah.
across
You
the
got
screen.
it,
I
you
can
got
see
it.
it now.
Yeah.
With this stuff in front of me, I can't even see.
Now, do you send any of your
no,
kids to
no,
school
wait,
with
no,
it?
you're Maryl and you're Matt. No, I can't see
Yeah,
very
no,
well.
there you
Okay.
go, there you
Oh,
go.
here we go. That's
it.
Maryl. I know the voice
He's a
now.
good man. He's a good man.
Look at that. Look at that nice little parting
Oh,
sandwich there.
styling,
Pineapple,
man.
green pepper,
Oh,
the ham, and I'm going to present that to you now.
Thank you, sir.
Have you sent any of your kids to school with hats?
It helps pay for some of the tuition. It does. I gotta admit that. I gotta admit that. Can I take a bite right
Oh,
out of here?
absolutely.
We're
That's
going
awesome.
ahead.
Go
No,
for
we'll
it,
be right
man.
back. We've got a capital idea coming up.
Very
a
capital.
capital idea
Oh my
coming
gosh,
up.
you
So
got
stay
it.
tuned from Stadium View Bar and
This is
Grill
awesome.
in Green Bay, Wisconsin.
Oh
Thanks,
my gosh.
Jeff.
Thank you so
Appreciate
much.
it.
Thank
It's
you, thank you.
wonderful.
Welcome back to Mad Dog and Merrill's Green Bay Tailgate Party. Boy, I'll tell you, we got quite the crew today, don't we?
Well, I'll tell you what, thank goodness I got a bunch of hors d'oeuvres.
I'll tell you what.
And you're all styling too. Bling is right, man. All dressed up.
Feels good.
Yeah, is this really clay?
It is.
We have Todd and we have Brian. They're brothers. They're the Destry brothers, and they were at Capitol Brewery. And we've interviewed you
Yep.
before,
Yeah.
Brian.
It's good to be back with you guys.
Yeah, it's a pleasure to be with you. And you are the brewmaster.
Correct.
Yeah.
I run the brewery down in Middleton.
Yeah. Yep. Down in Middleton. We've been there before. Great place.
Yes.
Great food. Thank you very, very much.
And good beer.
Yep.
That's always good beer.
Good. I'm glad you enjoy it.
And you handle the this territory up here for sales and everything?
Yes, I do.
That's good.
do,
That's
yep.
good. And how's sales been?
Phenomenal.
That's good.
Phenomenal. Yep. We got Capital Amber in the Lambeau Field this year, so look for that in 16-ounce cans throughout the stadium.
Yep, that's right. I bet you're a tired boy after getting all those in, aren't you?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Brian, let's talk a little bit about, we're using a little bit of Oktoberfest beer, and it's a vogue thing, and it's a hot thing, and it's a good to have, to diversify and have a lot of choices. Beer pairing's very, very phenomenal.
Yeah, Oktoberfest is it's a great beer. It's pretty neutral as far as flavor goes. It's on the sweet side, so
Yep.
the hops don't get in the way. It'll go with just about everything.
And all the other beers that Capital Beer has, I mean, it's nice to be able to have choices.
Right. The
Whether
variety
you drink
these
them,
days-
whether you drink them or
There
whether
you
cook
go,
them.
right.
Right.
exactly.
There's a flavor to match just about any type of dish or type of food you can imagine. It go anything from super light like our Supper Club to really dark like our Dark Voyage.
And tell us the background of Oktoberfest beer. You know, you see all these different Oktoberfests. I realize October's coming, but what started the whole tradition?
The Oktoberfest we drink in America is actually a little different than the Oktoberfest beer they actually drink at the festival in Germany.
Okay.
The Oktoberfest here in America is technically a Marzen style, which is just like an amber, multi-amber lager.
Okay.
The Oktoberfest you drink at the actual Oktoberfest festival in Germany is a pale lager, but it's higher in alcohol
Yep.
than their typical
Been there,
pale
done
lager. Yeah. You and me both.
Yeah, I think
Surprised I remember that actually.
Oh man, I swear to goodness we had 10 of them mugs.
Yeah.
It's just a phenomenal thing, isn't it?
Yes, it is.
Well,
It's, quite
should
the
we cook a little bit with them?
All right.
great.
Here's a great idea. Now, Todd, are you a cooker? Are you a griller?
I am.
And what's your favorite thing on the grill?
Any pork.
Is that right? Yeah.
Yes,
Yeah,
yes.
that's been pork is good. What today's it's a white meat. It's a clean tasting meat, so the flavors you add, like with the different flavored Capital beers, really stand out.
Absolutely.
Yeah, good
Yeah.
stuff. And microbrews, Capital Brewery.
we've seen a lot of growth when it comes to that. People love their flavors.
Yeah.
Good
yeah.
stuff.
And it goes well with the Capital Amber to wash it down with.
Absolutely, it does. Well, I'll tell you what, we're doing a little green and gold action here today. And you can find Capital Brewery and Capital Beer. Stadium View has a great selection of it. You can go around Wisconsin and find Capital Brewery and Capital Beers everywhere. And I might add, if you go to Middleton, Wisconsin, they got a great little microbrew. You can go there and sample all you want.
And I must say, a great microbrew too. It's
Yes.
a lot of fun there.
It really is.
Yes, it is.
Nice big outdoor beer garden that's open. As of all permits, so.
Yep. Well, we have ham here. We have the green and gold. We used the peppers and the pineapple last time. Well, we're going to do a nice little hors d'oeuvre, and I'm simply going to take the green and the gold, and I'm going to make. We have the chunk pineapple already. I took my ham and I cut that into nice chunks, and it's the simplest little hors d'oeuvre in the world. And we found a couple things about pineapple is you don't necessarily want to marinate with pineapple. It's got too much of an acid content. And when you do little skewers of them, I try to keep the pineapple away from whatever meat product it is. The acid really breaks down the tissues too much. So we have the ham, we have the green pepper, and we have the pineapple, and we do a little toss. We do a little shuttle pass.
Aha, the old shuttle?
Yeah, and it's a forward pass, so you don't want to fumble it. And here's a great little idea for a glaze. I have a little bit of the pineapple juice in here. I'm going to add a little soy sauce in there. I've got some jarred garlic, and this is the jarred garlic paste. I love the flavor that comes off from there. Our #1 sweet and rich barbecue sauce. Just a great sweet, rich barbecue sauce. A little bit of cumin for that. Wonder what that flavor is. And now today I chose the Oktoberfest because it's one of the fall beers that you guys produce. Yep. The Capital Brewery's Oktoberfest brew. And I'm going to pop a little bit. I'm going to shake this, so I don't want to add too much, but just enough to add a little flavor. And I'm going to take, and I'm just going to give this a couple little swirls, a couple little shakes, and mix that all up. And honest to goodness, the glaze, no matter what you're cooking, no matter what type of pork Todd has on his grill, is going to be phenomenal. So I'm going to take our...
Smell it. It smells great.
It does already, doesn't it? It really does. You can take that, taste the beer in there. We're going to just do a nice little glaze over the top of those. We're going to get a sampling on those. Merrill, what you got on the grill?
Hey, I'll tell you what, I'm doing a little bit of Italian bombers here today, and I've just taken some shredded up cheap beef, all right? Cheap beef. I've got some Italian sausages. I'm really going to actually mix this around. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to add a little bit of beef broth, a little bit of the IPA. Why don't you tell us a little bit of what the IPA actually stands for? What is it?
IPA stands for India Pale Ale, and it's a style of beer that actually was generated out of the British Empire days. They used to pack, when they used to make the trip from Great Britain to India, they used to pack barrels full of beer, and that's what they used as their water source for the voyage to India. Well, a typical British ale
Say
would
that again. Say that again. They used to pack. Go ahead.
barrels full of beer, and that was their water supply on the boat when they were on the boat.
Boy, I bet there were a lot of thirsty people all the time on that thing. Boy, I get up in the middle of the night, oh, I got thirsty. What do I got to drink here?
But they found that their typical British ale wouldn't last the voyage. It started to go sour on them, not taste good. So they found that if they made a beer with a little higher alcohol and a little higher in hops, it would survive the voyage. So that's where the India Pale Ale comes from.
Interesting. Anyway, I added some onions in here. I've added some beef broth and the IPA. I'm going to set this back on the grill, let that simmer for about 15 to 20 minutes. Should be absolutely excellent.
Try that.
We'll be right back with Mad Dog and Merrill's Green Bay Tailgate.
That's good.
Well, welcome back to Mad Dog and Merrill's Green Bay Tailgating. We are at Stadium View Bar, a great place, location to start the big game and to finish afterwards. Good times. I'll tell you what, speaking of good times, this little travel queue, look at how loaded that baby is. And that's a great little grill by Napoleon. And I've got shrimp and I've got sausages and vegetables and hors d'oeuvres on there. And I'll tell you what, you too can have one of those little grills or larger ones by shopping Silica for your home. And it's shopsilica.com, 3 great locations in Beaver Dam, Watertown, and in Fond du Lac. Go see Tom and the gang for all your home needs. Silica for your homes, 3 great locations, good folks, good grills. Good grills. Look at that baby there. Watch this one, folks. Watch this one right off that hot grill. Ah. Oh, man.
Good. Hey, I got to show you my cordon bleu. Oh, I got some of it stuck already. Look at that baby.
Wow.
Oh, that on a sandwich.
Oh, man, look at that baby.
Oh, life is good. Life is good, kids.
You guys like shrimp?
Oh yeah.
Shrimp on the grill is delicious.
Yes.
What kind of beer would that go good with, Brian?
That would actually go great with our white IPA, which has a lot of citrus character, so it'd be excellent with that. That would be what I would pick.
Yeah, and shrimp is my favorite on the grill. I don't care. You know, people ask, how do you do lobster on the grill?
How do you lobster on the grill?
First, you go out and you buy shrimp and forget the lobster. and a great little glaze. And shrimp is one of those things where here's 4 little items right here. I'm going to show you. These are for stir frying. Here's a great little plate here. Here's an oval basket here, a round basket. Here's a nice square one. You can use all those for stir frying. We've discovered these grill mats are really nice. They're made out of silicone fiber that go directly on the grates of the grill. Those are all great items you can use for stir frying. I decided on my Napoleon grill to do it all in one right here. We've got some jalapeno sausages, shrimp. We got zucchini, green and gold, of course, and we're gonna do a little glaze. I'm gonna take my glaze from before with the pineapple juice. I'm gonna add a little bit of spicy barbecue sauce to that, and I grabbed some of Merrill's IPA, and I'm just gonna stir that up, and that's gonna be my nifty little glaze for all my little stir fry here. Now, Capital Brewery, during the winter time, do you take a hiatus or do you have tours there?
Nope, we're open for tours the same as we are in the summer. We just don't, obviously the beer garden's not open because the weather doesn't permit it, but we have a nice little indoor bar.
Yeah.
It doesn't hold as many people, but it's very cozy for the winter time.
And they got a Bachfest or something in February.
Yeah,
don't they? End of
Bachfest
February?
happens, this will be the 20-something year. It's
I
the
heard
last
that's
Saturday in February
quite
every
the
year.
adventure. I know my son's gone there several times.
It's yeah.
Yes,
We got about 3,500 people in our beer garden on the last Saturday in February drinking out in the cold.
Yeah, and you can get tickets online in January? No?
No, they go on sale at retail locations across Madison, and I think you can order them online. Actually, I stand corrected.
Yeah.
They always go
Oh.
on sale the last Saturday in January.
Oh, boy, sounds good. Hey, trying to do a little healthy sandwich here, all right? Grilled up some portobello mushrooms. I used just a little bit of olive oil. I grill them up about 5 to 6 minutes on each side. These make great sandwiches, but what I'm going to do, since we got the veggie part of it, let me put one of these babies right on here. It fills the bun really good. But you know, what goes good with mushrooms? How about a little bit of Canadian bacon with that baby, too?
Oh, man.
Add that a
yes.
little bit on there on top. You got the cheese, you got the Canadian bacon. You know, we call it our cholesterol special. But to top that a little bit more, how about a little bit of kielbasa on top of that baby?
You know something?
On
I
there.
can tell you what, Todd. I can tell you what, Brian. I can tell you, Mad Dog. That one ain't for us.
No, it ain't. And then top that with a little bit of sauerkraut on top of there, Wisconsin style.
Oh,
Just a little
man.
bit on there. That's a Wisconsin special. Place that on the top. Life will be good. The
Oh.
cordon bleu, you could actually make this as a sandwich also. We have the chicken. We've got the spaghetti sauce on there. Scoop that baby right up.
They used to call me Scoop. I used to work for the news department.
He used to walk the publisher's dog. Place that on top, man. Life's good. I don't know which one to start on. I think
tough
I'm going to
choice.
go with the. No, I'm going to go with this one here.
Merrill, hey Merrill, by the way, I found your spatula. There you go. There's your spatula. Hey, we're gonna bring Jeff back along with Todd and Brian. We're gonna wrap this baby up, and we're gonna eat like there's no eating to be had.
Well, is this tailgating food or what?
I'll tell you what, man,
We're
it's
spoiled.
Great.
We are
Wow.
spoiled.
Yeah,
We got so spoiled.
Yeah.
Wow.
I'm gonna give a couple websites here, and they're gonna be across the screen there. We are at Stadium View Bar and Grill in Green Bay, and you can go on thestadiumview.com to learn their hours, their menu. Great items here. A lot of lunch crowd people here. Of course, we have Capital Brewery website.
CapitalBrewery.com.
CapitalBrewery.com. Life is good.
That's
Thank you.
good, that's good.
And Big Hat Guys.
Big Guy Hats.
Big Guy.
BigGuyHats.com.
That's why it's right across that
Right
screen.
there, right there.
Right there it is. I'm looking right at it.
You're
Yeah,
looking
you
at it
messed up.
backwards.
And those gift boxes,
Gift boxes.
MadDogandMerrill.com.
MadDogandMerrill.com might be one of the most important ones here.
Oh, I would think so.
I'm just kidding.
You know,
I'm
Christmas
just
is-
joking.
No, we're
Christmas
going
is
with it.
right
We're getting
around the
free
corner
food.
first, so
We'll go with
it's
anything you guys
yeah,
say right
got
now.
it.
There is our little platter of eats. You folks too, grill up all you can for your next tailgate. Go green and gold.
Sandy, you don't have to make supper for me tonight. I'm set.